of council to order for Tuesday, June 26th, or 16th. Holy, better go home. Take approval of the agenda, please. Councilor Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor. That the June 26th, 2026, June 16th, 2026 special council meeting agenda be adopted as presented.
Seconder, Councilor Noxana. All in favor? Opposed? No. Okay, carried. 2025 Statement of Financial Information for approval. Report dated June 16, 2026 from the Director of Finance regarding the 2025 Statement of Financial Information. Recommendation, please. Councillor Noxana.
The council approves the statement of financial information for the year end December 31, 2025 as presented.
Seconder, Councillor Hoffman. Discussion. Call the question. All in favor? Carried. 2025 District of Tumbler Ridge Annual Report for approval. Report dated June 16, 2026 from the Director of Corporate Services regarding the 2025 District of Tumbler Ridge Annual Report. Recommendation, please. Councilor Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor. That council approves the 2025 District of Tumbler Ridge Annual Report as presented.
Seconder, Councillor Noxana. Discussion. Call the question. All in favor? Carried. 2026 to 2030 Council Onboarding and Orientation. Report dated June 16, 2026 from the Director of Corporate Services regarding the 2026 to 2030 Council Onboarding and Orientation. Recommendation, Councilor Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor. The council receives this report for discussion.
Seconder, Councillor Noxana. All in favor? Carried. Councilor Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks to staff for putting this report together. I would not have guessed that it is cheaper to bring in one person. I guess it makes sense, bring one person here versus send seven, out of town. So I think it's great. I would personally prefer option B. One, the cost is cheaper. Two, I think having someone here that we could talk with, it's more relational. We can ask questions. They can maybe be a little more specific about some questions that council has versus going and sitting in essentially a conference session where the information is the same. It's at everyone's level, so some's above, some's below, and it's just you don't get as much out of it. So yeah, I like option B. Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? Put a motion. Nope. Councilor Bertrand.
Thank you, Mayor. I was just going to agree with Councillor Norbury. I do agree that having somebody here in town is much more personable and much easier to ask questions. I haven't been a part of an orientation at the PRD, but the feedback I got from it was it was very dry, bland, didn't get much out of it, so definitely would prefer somebody coming here.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to put a motion on the floor. The council directs staff to retain Ron Poole, if still available, deliver a separate in-house orientation session instead of joining the Peace River Regional District Regional Elected Officials Orientation and research alternative consultant options if Ron Poole is unavailable. Seconder, Councilor Norbury. Discussion. And this actually meets our policy that was been put forward by the council from 2018 to 2022. And that was to do an in-house orientation. Councilor Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor. I support the recommendation, but the one shining part of that orientation that we did was George Cuff. That guy was good. Even though, from what I understand, he is brought in sometimes for municipalities to help them in transition periods, and the phrase of you got cuffed is out there, so it's not always a great comment, but I would recommend. I'd recommend him. We also gave out his books. I think at the beginning of last term, we got Volume 1 and Volume 2 of George Cuff's governance book. So another good option. Just throw it out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion? And I mean, it's not to say the orientation that was done as a regional orientation put on by all the municipalities that wanted to join it wasn't good. It was, again, it's every elected official there. So networking, obviously, with if you're a newly elected official with other newly elected officials or other officials that have been around, but you didn't get that in-person, in-depth, what about this? And this has happened before, so what's, I think it's more important to have it in-house. And again, it follows the policy that had been put forward by the previous council, realizing how important that was. The orientation onboarding was so important to have it in person And any question can be asked by the elected officials, but also with staff. It's just a lot nicer when it's done in a small group setting. Okay, call the question. All in favor? Carried. Kraft Hockeyville Friendly Wager, Town of Tabor, Jersey Exchange, report dated June 16, 2026, from the Executive Assistant to the CAO, Mayor, and Council regarding Kraft Hockeyville Friendly Wager, Town of Tabor, Jersey Exchange. Recommendation, Council Norbury.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to move that council authorize the purchase of 8 Tumbler Ridge minor hockey jerseys at an estimated cost of $1,023.60, plus applicable taxes, to be gifted to the town of Tabor as a gesture of goodwill and community partnership arising from the 2026 Kraft Hockeyville competition, with funding to be allocated from council's initiative budget.
Seconder, Councilor Noxana. Discussion, Councilor Noxana.
Thank you. That was the motion I was going to make too. I think that, yeah, that it makes sense to gift them our jerseys. It was a good competition and a sign of goodwill for their community leaders.
I think Town of Tabor, the Mayor of Tabor, I'll be honest, I put us all out there. When we seen the negativity coming out from Kraft Hockeyville on social media outlets, not just against the district of Tumbler Ridge, but also Tabor, Alberta. I did have a good conversation with the Mayor of Tabor, and he agreed that, both towns were well deserving of Kraft Hockeyville. And the negativity that was out there was really, it was a bad thing for both communities. So we made this wager that the non-winning team of winning Kraft Hockeyville would have to wear the opposing community's jerseys. And what has happened since is Tabor, what they did is they sent their jerseys for us to keep. But in exchange, wanted the district to send jerseys from our team as well so that they could wear them there. So we did. I appreciate staff doing it this way. We were looking at sending them and then obviously having them sent back. I think this is a better concept that, as elected officials move on, they'll be able to keep these jerseys. So if people decide not to run or people aren't reelected, to me, those are their jerseys. So, and I would think that would be the same as here. But again, it just shows that friendly thing, and competition is good when it's friendly and it's fair. And maybe this assists next year's battle with Kraft Hockeyville, that people realize that, social media is not always a place for that kind of negativity and harshness. So I think it was important, but I definitely wagered all you guys to wear their jerseys, so I appreciate the motion that we do the same thing for Tabor, Alberta. Any other discussion? Call the question. All in favor? Opposed? Councilor Bertrand is opposed. Motion carries. Request for Municipal Significancy Designation Rise and Vibe Festival, report dated June 16, 2026, from the Director of Corporate Services regarding request for Municipal Significancy Designation Rise and Vibe Festival. Recommendation, please. Councilor Noxana.
The council designates the Rise and Vibe Festival as an event of municipal significance to support the issuance of a special event permit by the Liquor and Cannabis Regulation Branch.
Seconder. Councillor Hoffman, discussion. Call the question. Councillor Bertrand.
Sorry, thank you, Mayor. Just wanted clarification. Reading through the report, the reasoning for this designation is to price the beverages at a more of a profit or higher prices than, I'm just, that's what I understood reading the report, that through the special event license, you can only charge a certain amount for drinks. And so is this request coming because they want to charge more than what the event license is asking you to do?
I don't know if Ms. Scott can answer. I mean, just by reading it, I'm assuming they're probably I didn't look it up to tell you, to be honest, Councilor Bertrand, but my understanding is liquor establishments, I won't say they have a set price by the Liquor Act, but there probably is a certain percentage of a profit you're allowed to make. I don't know that for sure. Just how it reads in here, a cost recovery limit. And they're asking so they can offset the broader cost of hosting the festival. I'm not sure if Ms. Scott has any more information on it.
I don't. I was out of community last week when this request came in, but I will ask the Director of Corporate Services if she has any additional information for council.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Scott. So if they hold a special event permit, they can charge above the cost recovery price list, as long as the event is designated municipal, provincial, national, or international significance. Their request says that this designation would allow them to offer alcoholic beverages at a reasonable price point, helping ensure the event remains financially sustainable while providing an enjoyable experience for attendees.
That's your question. I mean, I know if you go up the one line, it just talks about the special event permit generally restricts the charging a maximum price set out in the LCRB's cost recovery price list, which only only covers the direct operating cost of serving liquor, the cost of liquor, mixed glasses at ice and taxes. With the proponent here, I mean, there's probably wages, there's all that they're trying to do, so I would think that it's probably so they can not just cover their ice and the liquor, it's obviously, I'm not sure what the set weight or set cost would be on their alcohol at the event. Any other discussion? Call the question, all in favor? Carried. Ms. Scott, any emailed in questions?
No.
Thank you. Take resolution to close, please. Councillor Norberry.
Thank you, Mayor, that the June 16th, 2026 special council meeting be closed to the public according to section 91K from the Community Charter to permit discussions about K, negotiations and related discussions respecting the proposed provision of a municipal service that are at their preliminary stages and that in the view of the council could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the municipality if they were held in public.
Seconder, Councillor Noxena. All in favor? Carried.